Whenever America gets in trouble, it's your black bodies. It's poor brown people, poor white people that they send to fight and die. And they don't know what the hell they're dying for. They say they're dying for democracy. You are a liar. Now you have a lot of young brothers and sisters in here tonight. And these young brothers and sisters of ours, they don't care too much for politics. They don't care too much for religion. Because they see the politicians and the preachers like pimps and hustlers. No, I'm telling you. And I hope I'm not hurting anybody's feelings. The leadership of the nation, the state, the city, the spiritual and political leadership of this world is in deep trouble. And if there is not a change, a substantive change, not just in persons who lead, but a substantive change in the mentality of those who lead, then the United States is headed for deep internal trouble. In the last presidential election, 45% of those eligible to vote actually went to the polls. 45% of those eligible to vote just didn't pay it any attention. So the President of the United States, President Clinton, was voted in by a little over half of the electorate. The rest decided they didn't want to bother. In a democracy, the right to vote is a very precious right, and it is a privilege. When half of the people say to heck with it, I'm not going to vote, that means there is great dissatisfaction among the people. When blacks began to get the right to vote in the South, and all over the nation there was a fever to elect black candidates. Now we have nearly 6,000 black elected officials throughout the United States, but there is great apathy among the black eligible voters. Why? Black elected officials have to understand that black people have become disappointed in the process, disappointed with those whom they have elected to office. Sometimes it's due to unfair expectancy. You vote somebody in, and because they're black, you think that because a black person is in some position of apparent power, that he can just wave a magic wand and change the realities under which we live. That is not so. And if you vote a brother or sister into office with this expectancy that it's going to be all right, and then you find that it is not all right and things have not really changed, then you get angry with your brother or sister that you voted in, thinking that they failed you when maybe they didn't fail us. Maybe our hopes were too high. Maybe we didn't look after them like we should. Now listen, It takes money to be elected to any political office. And if we are not going to support financially those whom we desire to serve us, then there are others who are much more politically sophisticated than we, and they will put the money behind your man or your woman, and your man and your woman that you elect will feel more responsive to the needs of money rather than to the needs of the people who elected that person to office. Now, there's another side to that coin that is very ugly. We elect our own people to serve us, and they are more concerned with serving their former slave masters' children than they are with serving us. Now, the community does have a right to expect that whomsoever we vote into office will work on our behalf. We have a right to expect that. But when we vote you in because you look like we look, and that's not racism. That's looking after what you suspect or believe is your interest. We cannot fault an Italian for voting an Italian into office. You wouldn't do that, would you? You wouldn't fault them for that. You cannot fault a white person for voting a white person into office. That's their right to do. And they shouldn't fault us for voting one of our own into office. But when we vote you into office, you have a duty and a responsibility to your constituency. And this is where many of our black elected officials have failed the people. And so the people just wash their hands of politics. They say it's the slave master's game. And when you get involved in it, they say you become a pawn of the former slave master. So then they can't trust their political leaders because they talk out of three sides of a two-sided mouth. You with the hood when you're in the hood, but when you're behind the door with the other folk, you say, well, I was only, pacifying them. I'm really with you. So we got a mess on our hands that all of us have to work to straighten out. Now, this my white man is better than your white man. You see, that has to stop. The beloved Democrats, which most of you are, you say my white man, Clinton, is better than your Republican white man, Doe. And I ain't even considering Mr. Perot. Wait now, wait. Now this is plantation politics. You are slaves. Listen, no, I'm just going to talk straight and frank talk. Some of you are on what we call the Democratic plantation. And you act like, the old days when we were on literal plantation. Don't want to leave the boss. Boss beating the hell out you, but you don't want to leave the boss. Boss not treating you right. But Lord, I can't leave the boss. Now you free to go, and you still stay. It's all right, boss. I don't care what you do to me. I'm going to be loyal to the party. You sound foolish in 1996 as we're moving toward the year 2000. To be loyal to anything that is not loyal to you is making a fool out of yourself. Now, you have a lot of young brothers and sisters in here tonight. And these young brothers and sisters of ours, they don't care too much for politics. They don't care too much for religion. Because they see the politicians and the preachers like pimps and hustlers. No, I'm telling you. And I hope I'm not hurting anybody's feelings. But the young brothers used to be controlled through their political, religious, and educational and civic leaders. And the white community used to make sure they cultivated a black bourgeoisie to be a buffer between them and the angry masses. So you graduate from college, you get your degree, and you learn to speak properly. Don't act like the fella you used to be or the girl you used to be. Then they bring you up in the order. Oh, yes. Then you become the assistant to the assistant. Or the vice president of nothing. And it's your job to come back to the black community and make black people think that democracy works for them. When in reality, they're using you to pacify your suffering people. They'll give you a crumb because a crumb can satisfy you. But your people need acres of wheat to make bread. I hope you're listening. So the Democratic bosses will give you a little something for Georgia. And you swear, oh man, look at what they did. But you who are elected to represent us should not sell out for crumbs. You should be standing up for the needs of your people. Bill Clinton has put more black people in the administration, in his administration, than any president ever before him. And we give him credit. We give him credit. However, see, giving a black man a job to serve white interests is not a big thing. Slave master always knew how to use the talent of his slave. So you feel good, don't you? Running all over the world in Air Force One and flying around and, oh boy, I'm really working. But what is the condition of your people? Now, you should ask Mr. Clinton, we are really pleased that you put so many of us in your administration, but where were you on affirmative action? Where were you on welfare reform? Where were you when our people needed you most? You signed bills into law that were not in the best interests of the people that I represent. So I can't take the crumb and feel good. You can't pacify me with a crumb while my people are hungry in the streets. So if the Georgia Association of Black Elected Officials are really striving to achieve excellence in public service, then excellence does not mean you're an excellent slave for your master. It means you're an excellent servant of the people that elected you to public service. Politics is dirty business. And you can't send somebody in dirty business and not have a bathtub. You send your people off to the state legislature in Atlanta, that's a hellhole up there. When they come back home, you don't debrief them. You don't have a town hall meeting to ask them about how they voted. You don't make them accountable to you. You just send them and you don't know what they do. And because you are not watching what they do what the hell they want to do and then come back and say they represent you. If this is a government of the people, by the people, and for the people, how can it be a true government of, by, and for the people if the people are ignorant and asleep to what is really going on? There is no way that democracy can ever be democracy in companionship with ignorance and illiteracy. When you tell us you have democracy, you're telling us you have people who are intelligent, know their self-interest, and are wise enough to make an enlightened decision based upon their enlightened self-interest. And when you tell me you give people the right to vote, but not the education that will allow them to exercise that right in their own behalf, then it's like giving candy to a baby and then taking it from them because they have no power to resist you. And this is why politics today is really angering the American people, because they're treating the people like the people are fools. Madison Avenue, PR firms and advertising agencies putting together slick ads that are good for foolish people, but not discussing the substantive issues that affect our lives. I mean, it's not right that a president can go into office coming into South Carolina to put a brick in place in a burned out church. Why was the church burned out in the first place? You knew this was going on for years. Burning black churches. Now the president comes and puts a little plasterboard on a wall, hit a few nails, get a photo op, and you say, oh, isn't that something? Then he puts on dark glasses and plays his horn like a blues brother fella, and you say, whoa, the president is really down, man. He don't have to do anything for you to get your vote. Just show up. And just because Big Massa showed up at a black function, you all are beside yourself. You are still slaves, damn it, and you gotta wake up and be a free people. My host, the Georgia Association of Black Elected Officials, under the leadership of Representative Tyrone Brooks, the moment he said that he was bringing me here, the Atlanta Daily Constitution weighed in with an editorial. You should be ashamed of yourself, bringing such a man. But wait a minute. All in making headlines. Farrakhan is coming. It ain't like December the 24th. Santa Claus is coming to town. You happy to see a big, fat man come down from the North Pole, huh? You better not pout. You better not shout. But when Farrakhan is coming to town, everybody gets upset. Preachers don't want him in their church. Can't come in here. Beat up the black politicians for even having the nerve to call him to come. And then some get weak and say, oh, if I had known, I would never have allowed such a thing to happen. What's wrong with Farrakhan? I don't smoke. I don't drink. I don't use drugs. Never been arrested in my life. And I'm 64 years old. I'm not a fornicator. I'm not an adulterer. I don't chase women, and I don't chase men. Why you don't want me in Macon, Georgia? What kind of city is this that you don't want to receive a good man? What have I done? You say, oh, he's a hate monger. That's what he is. How could you see my hate over your hate? Wait. I'm a hate monger, they say. My dear brother and friend, Carl Rowan, is writing a book on the coming race war in America. And he says the number one black hater is Louis Farrakhan. And the number one white hater is Pat Buchanan. Pat Buchanan is on TV regularly. On CNN. Both sides of the issue. Crossfire. Worked in the administration of presidents. But he's now the number one white hating man. Look, foolish people. Not you, I'm talking about the foolish writer. If the society did not do evil, I would not have anything to point out. You are angry with me because I point out the evil as it ill affects my people and ill affects the nation. Somebody has to do that. I'm not the hater. The hater is the group that see you win the mayoral election here in Macon and rob you of it. That's a hater. The hater is one who uses Farrakhan to deprive Cynthia McKinney, if they could, of her justified seat in Congress as a representative of the people. Hatred is redlining. Hatred is gerrymandering. Hatred is bringing drugs and guns into the black community. That's hate. No, I'm not a hater. I am a lover of truth and a lover of my people and a lover of the human family and want to see a better world come into being. I want to stop here for a moment to talk for a moment about why Farrakhan is not loved by those in power. See, Moses was not loved by Pharaoh. Was he? Noah was not loved by the rulers of his day. Lot, in today's political climate, would have been called homophobic. I don't know what that means. But poor Lot was sent to a people where the males were coming to males with lust in their heart as they would the female. And he was sent to warn them that God was displeased with that behavior. If Lot showed up in Macon, don't even think about Atlanta or San Francisco. Just let Lot come to Macon. Would the mayor come out and meet him? No, if homosexuals are in high places, the mayor couldn't stand with somebody who's preaching against that. But what's wrong with the pastors? Why don't you have the strength to speak not against the person, but against the sin, so that the person might perhaps change their way and come into the favor of God? But when the pastor winks at sin, and when the preacher winks at the wickedness that's in high places, then we become ineffective watchmen on the wall for the security of the people. Lot would be in deep trouble here. Moses would certainly run into Pharaoh and his magicians. And Jesus would run into some scribes and Pharisees. The political leaders of Jesus' day did not like him. Talk to me. Reverend, if I make a mistake, you correct me. But look, here were politicians. Jesus, a good man, was in their midst. And Jesus was doing a good work, making the blind see, the deaf hear, the dumb speak, the lame walk, cleansing the leper, raising the dead to life, healing the woman at the well with the issue of blood. The man laying in his bed, Jesus told him, take up your bed and walk. Man doing a good work. But the politicians and the preachers said he does his work by the power of Beelzebub. That's another name for the devil. So the book says they hated Jesus without a cause. They didn't have any reason to hate him, but you see, he represented good government. You did not hear me. He represented good government. Look at what the scripture says. For unto us a child is born. For unto us a son is given. And the government shall be upon his shoulders. See? He shall be called Wonderful. Which one of your politicians do you call wonderful? Counselor. Which one of your politicians is a good counselor, advisor to you? The mighty God and the Prince of Peace. And that's why they hated him. Because he came bringing good government. And in his person was government. He represented the kingdom of God. I'm going to stop 1 minute. I know this is a political meeting, but I'm a spiritual man. Kingdom. We broke this down in a political meeting in Philadelphia. See, king, dom. If you put an E on the end of dom, you get dome. The dome is the highest part in the construction of the building. This is the dome. But who is king on the throne in your dome? You didn't hear me. See, if God is on the throne as king in your dome, then your thinking, your actions are in harmony with God's will and God's law. Every one of you elected officials, when you took your oath of office, you put your right hand up and your left hand on the Bible. And you swore to uphold and defend the Constitution of the United States and the state constitution, right? And you said, so help you God. Oh, some lying going on, ain't it? Wait a minute. See, when you put your hand on the Bible to swear that you are going to uphold the Constitution, where you pledge allegiance saying one nation under God. Stop lying. One nation under Satan. Because your actions are more satanic than they are godly. Talk back to me. You got your hand on the Bible. The Old Testament is a book of law, statutes, commandments. The New Testament is the highest manifestation of law. It is the law of love. Two commandments I give you this day. Love God with all your heart, your soul, and your mind. And your second is like unto that. Love your neighbor as yourself. On these two hang all the law and the prophets. You got your hand on the Bible. So you elected officials should be representatives of the highest manifestation of law, which is the law of love. How can you tell me you love and then enact unjust laws that favor corporate greed and send the people to hell? How can you tell me you're a good elected official and you see your people dying in the streets and no politician speaks about the warfare that's going on in the black community? You don't need to put your hand on the Bible. You need to find you the book called The Prince by Machiavelli and swear your oath on top of that book. Swear your oath on top of the philosophy of Nietzsche, or maybe the book Mein Kampf by Adolf Hitler. Put your hand on that book. But if you're going to put your hand on the Bible and talk about upholding the Constitution and the law of that book, then you ought to be found doing that or dying trying. Notice it got a little still. I can almost hear your brains turning. And you're looking at yourself. And you're saying, well, how come I didn't hear this before? So I could be much more responsive and responsible when I took my oath of office. I thought it was just some symbolism I was involved in. You mean they didn't teach you the meaning of these things? Then that's what I'm here for. And why they don't want me here in Macon? Because they want you, elected officials, to be the kind of elected official that they can master. That's what they want. They want you to be their same old tool. As they had your grandfather and grandmother right here in Georgia, they want the grandchild to be like your great-grandmother, filled with fear and trembling, that when they ask you to do something you don't know how to say no, if it's wrong, I'll see what I can do, boss. gambling that when they ask you to do something, you don't know how to say no if it's wrong. I'll see what I can do, boss. Well, no wonder the people don't want to vote no more. Because a mockery is being made of Constitution. A mockery is being made of the Bible. A mockery is being made of everything holy and sacred. Farrakhan is hated not because I'm a bad man. I'm hated because I'm a free man. And when I say I'm free, I wish that you could enjoy that freedom that I enjoy. You know, when you're free from fear of everything but God, then you're free to serve God. I mean, that's a wonderful feeling. I wish I could just impart that to you, because that's your problem. You just a group of scared to death people, and you will never be free as long as you are afraid of another human being that claims to have power greater than your power or the power of God. Macon, Georgia. You are a great and wonderful people, but fear keeps you choked. Let me ask you, name somebody in your mind that you're afraid of. If it's nobody. Because hell, if it wasn't somebody, you would be in better shape than you is. Now, if you're afraid of the sheriff, if you're afraid of the county sheriffs, these real tough people that are known to kill black people, I'm going to show you how much power they have. According to the teachings of the Holy Quran, say if a gnat or anything smaller took a morsel of bread from the president of the United States. Now just picture this, the president in the White House sitting down to a sumptuous feast, and a gnat comes up and takes something out of his plate. It said he does not have the power to call the gnat back to drop that morsel, but he can call you. He can't call the gnat because he don't have power over the weakest of God's creatures, but the greatest of God's creatures, the glory of God, the male and the female. He just calls you and you obey him. It is not him, it is you that is in your own way of progress. You are scared to death, Macon. Georgia, you're scared. Then you'll always be a slave. You say, yeah, Farrakhan. Farrakhan, you don't live down here. No, I live up there. And up there the same as down here. If you feared God, you would resist the devil and he would flee from you. Now I'm going to show you what I mean. Many of you young men supported the Million Man March. And I'm so grateful for what you did. Many buses came out of Georgia. Cars, planes, trains. And you got to Washington. You don't even know what power drew you there. Some of you never even considered the power that drew you to Washington. It had nothing to do with Farrakhan. I'm just an instrument that was being used, but the power really was God calling you. My God, He calls me. He calls me by the thunder. I hear Him call within my soul. You heard Him, and you don't even know why you made the trip. I gotta go. I gotta go. Some of the wives, they understood the call better than the brothers. And the wives said, honey, you gonna get on that bus. If I got to put you on the bus, you going. When we looked up, there was a sea. A sea of peace. A sea of tranquility. A sea of love. A sea of brotherhood that affected people, thanks to television, all the way around the world. And when I got up and left America and went overseas, the great newspapers called my tour a terror tour. A thug fest. Farrakhan grubbing for money, cavorting with dictators. And they put that stuff out in such a way that many of you said, oh, Farrakhan. I mean, Farrakhan, why you do that? I mean, just when you had the whole thing in your hand, I still got it in my hand. And if white America doubt that I got it in my hand, try me. It is not my hand, but God has put it in my hand, and He has not taken it out of my hand. I want you to listen to something. See, if you go to the Bible, Reverend, I think it's the 83rd or the 86th Psalm.
Come on with it, brother minister. Come on.
Here's a conspiracy.
That's right.
Going on. And the conspirators are talking. And they say, come, let us cut them off from being a nation, that Israel may no longer be remembered in them. A conspiracy to cut off a people from their roots. Because whenever you can cut a tree off from its root, the tree got to die. Because it's the root that nourishes the tree. Let us cut them off from being a nation, from being a people. That Israel may no longer be remembered in them. That they wouldn't even remember how God brought them across the Red Sea. They won't remember how he parted the waters for them. They won't remember his helping them in the fiery furnace, in the lion's den, when they were in Babylon. Let's cut them off. Cut them off. A conspiracy. What you don't know or haven't considered. The Bible is not talking about some Jews back there yesterday alone. It's talking about them giving a picture of their suffering to show you yourself. Have you been in a cool place or in a fiery furnace? Have you been in a lion's den? Have they not done to you what was done to Daniel? Azariah, Zephaniah changed their name to Shadrach, Meshach, and a bad Negro. They brought us here and changed our names, changed our learning, changed our language, destroyed in us our culture, our history, the knowledge of our God and our religion and our ancient tribal customs and ways. Yes, sir. They cut us off. And from the day that they cut us off, they determined that they would never allow us to reconnect with our ancient past. I hope you're listening. Now, as long as our leaders involve themselves in Negro affairs, many white folk would applaud them. Nice job. You're a credit to your race. Do you remember Marcus Garvey? Do you remember that Marcus Garvey was trying to connect the black man in America with Africa? He said, Africans, Africa for the Africans at home and abroad. He wanted the wealth of Africa to be once again ours. I want you to hear me. Yes, sir. In the close of the last century, they had a conference in Berlin called the Berlin Conference, where white folk got together, the European nations, and decided how they were going to carve up Africa in this century. And what they decided in Berlin, they actually accomplished. They carved up Africa. And for this past century, Africa has been suffering from European colonial domination and the manipulation of tribal differences, border problems, to create the marginalization of Africa as we go into the 21st century. While Jimmy Carter from Georgia was president of these United States, his national security advisor, a name that's very difficult to pronounce, Zbigniew Brzezinski. There was a memo attached to his name that after it was discovered, they said it was a forgery. Well, that means that somebody else wrote it and put his name on it, or they rewrote what he said and put their name on it. What is the forgery? But in that document it said, no black man from America should be allowed to connect with the liberation struggle in Africa.
Tell it, brother minister.
Our own brother mayor the mayor, former mayor of Atlanta, Andrew Young, one of our great soldiers in a sense. He was the representative of the U.S. government at the UN. He made a mistake of talking to Palestinians.
Come on, beloved.
And the ADL had bugged him and the Palestinian where they talked. When it was discovered, he had to give up his post. If he went quietly in the night, they would make him an offer later on down the road. But that man had more contacts in Africa as Ron Brown had. I hope you're listening. If Andy Young had opted to be a black leader, they would have killed him outright. Because Andrew Young was the man at that hour that could have united us with Africa's development. He never opted to be a national black leader. He used his contacts to build Atlanta.
Go ahead, brother minister.
But the black people were marginally developed. But Atlanta has become one of the greatest cities in the world under his leadership and the leadership of his predecessor. Two black mayors. But you go to Atlanta and look at the condition of black people. Now don't get angry with me. I'm not against Andrew Young. I love him.
Come on, beloved.
He's my brother.
Yes, sir.
And I believe they would have killed him.
Yes, sir.
Ron Brown.
Come on now. On the road, brother minister.
See, died under very suspicious circumstances. Because Ron could only be in public office 4 more years if Clinton wins. And if Clinton did not win, Ron is out to do what?
Go ahead.
What is the future?
Teach.
What could Ron Brown have done? We lost another giant. I want you to hear me. Our brother, Marcus Garvey, was in the federal penitentiary right here in Georgia. A false trial with liars. And then they deported him back to Jamaica or to England. And they broke up his movement. And they appeared to win. Along came Paul Robeson. a great athlete, a great singer, a brilliant mind, a man that loved black people. He went overseas and gained friendship in Europe. And they said he became a communist. And when he came back to America, his beloved country, he was stoned by us because this media went to work and made us see our brother as a traitor. And he died in Philadelphia as a recluse, broken because he gave his life for an ungrateful group of people that bowed to the manipulation of the U.S. media. They took his passport. And then there was W.E.B. Du Bois. Oh, you can talk about him now because he's dead. You can make him your hero now. It's safe because he's dead. But what did he do? He was involved in the formation of the Pan-African Congress, trying to connect black people in America, in the Caribbean, in Africa, black people wherever we are on the earth. He saw us as one family. They took his passport. Can't travel anymore. Then when they let him go, he went to Africa and he died in Ghana, developing the history of Africa's contribution to world civilization. But you don't know that much about him. W.E.B. Du Bois. What was his crime? Trying to link Africa and black America. That was his crime. Let's look at Malcolm.
Come on. Follow the road, brother minister. Follow the road.
Brother Malcolm was all right as long as he was talking about white folk and talking to black folk. Well, they didn't like that either, but we could stomach that. When Malcolm broke from the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and went to Africa, went to the Middle East, and then started trying to address the Organization of African Unity, the OAU, bringing the plight of black people in America to force the African representatives in the United Nations to remember us. He was poisoned in Egypt. And de Gaulle, the president of France, wouldn't let him into France because they didn't want him killed on French soil. But he came back home to America, denied police protection, murdered in the Audubon ballroom. And two Muslims, followers of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, were charged with that crime. And they did 26 years to life. And they never had any involvement at all. William Kunstler, a brilliant Jewish lawyer who is a decent, moral man that has passed from this earth. But Kunstler went to the prison and talked to the man that was caught at the scene, Talmadge Hayer, who was a Muslim, but he was out of the mosque.
Go ahead, baby.
And he named everyone that was involved in the assassination of Malcolm, and the government would not reopen the case. You didn't hear me. What was Malcolm's crime? He wanted to unite you again with Africa and your people. What about Martin Luther King? He's our Georgia homeboy. Y'all can ride down Martin Luther King Boulevard today. It's all right to have a picture of Mr. King up. He's dead. You can't trouble white folk no more. All these Negro preachers, I want you to listen to me. The same National Baptist Convention that didn't want nothing to do with Louis Farrakhan, didn't want nothing to do with Martin Luther King Jr. The head of that convention, Mr. Jackson, in Chicago, when they named Martin Luther King Boulevard, he changed the entrance of his church so that his church would not be on Martin Luther King Boulevard. What was Martin's crime? It's all right, Martin, to integrate bus lunch counters, get black people the right to vote. But when Martin Luther King began to see a connection between the war in Vietnam and the war on poverty that Lyndon Baines Johnson was supposed to be fighting, he knew that as long as that war was being prosecuted, the poor would always be on the back burner. So he made a conscious decision to speak out against the war in Vietnam. Here's the government prosecuting a war. I want you to hear me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Teach us.
Whenever America gets in trouble, it's your black bodies. It's poor brown people, poor white people that they send to fight and die. And they don't know what the hell they're dying for. They say they're dying for democracy. You are a liar.